Do be wanting to drag though, just a little bit to get the nerves off, get the edge off.
I feel like I'm never going to be used to speaking. Like I'm not a speaker, so whenever we like do this, it's just like
scream before something. Get into it.
Yeah, you on that screaming shit.
I'm telling you, bro, screaming work, bro. You never had no moment when you was in the car, like just frustrated and you just scream, bro?
I mean, yeah, but not to like calm my nerves. Like
I mean, it could work vice versa too. It could help you. It could release and get the nerves off.
Nah, I ain't never had to deal with that. I mean, if I was irritated or something like that, like I might have screamed, beat up my steering wheel a couple times, but like not.
Give it a 3-piece, man.
Yeah,
you get the horn too?
By mistake. And then you mad at that too, because why I hit the horn, right? Now niggas know I'm stressed.
Looking.
You ain't hit the horn, and that shit just like, oh. Man, you ever like walk out in an argument and like shut the door on something? Try to slam the door and that don't work.
Oh man.
Can you imagine like leaving the house like you already the screen doors that like shut by themselves?
Yeah, and it flew open like it just did.
Yeah.
You can't leave it like that though. You gotta go back and fix it.
I'm going back.
Bro,
I'm going back.
That's your door.
I'm not going back.
That wind already took it over there. The next time,
might
snatch it off the hinge.
The springs be there. You try to slam that door on the spring, be like, nope, you're not getting that. Nah, fuck all that. I'm not going back, bro. I'm walking away. I'm walking away.
Drop your books in school or something. You ain't going back to pick it up?
Bro, I'm not dropping my books. I'm not going up. So, like, that's the thing that when people get mad, they do dumb shit, right? Like, you ever been mad and you just, like, throw your phone somewhere? Like, niggas be breaking these shit. I'm not about to break. Yeah, like, I'm not about to break my phone. Like, I'm not about to do that. And if I do throw it, I'm throwing it in a pillow. Like, we throwing it at the bed or something. Like, if this joint broke, it's because it bounced off the bed and, like, hit the floor.
That's like punching the wall, too. People got out of that, though. A lot of people got out of that. But it used to be a thing.
I know.
Like
punching
a wall or something like that. Like, you hurting yourself more than you fixing anything.
And that's crazy, right? Because, like, why you doing it? Why you doing it? Now you gotta wear this little ace bandage on your hand for like 3 days because you fucked up.
Well, that was a prize back in the day. People looked at that like,
good trophy.
Yeah,
out there scratching again.
Nah, you look stupid now. You can only use one hand now.
That's funny. I ain't never punching no walls either. I always punch pillows and shit. I always punch shit that I knew that I wasn't gonna fuck up because one, I ain't got the bread to be like out here trying to fix shit. Like I'm not doing that. Like I'm not. And two, like I don't normally get that mad, but when I'm that mad, like I don't be wanting to punch shit. I be wanting to punch people. Like if you gonna get me there, then I want to fight you, my nigga. Like I don't wanna. I'm not trying to fight my shit in my house. Like,
break all the glass,
you know what I'm saying? Just
throwing
everything on the floor, you know what I'm saying? We flipping couches and shit, like tables over. Like,
some people can't control their anger though, man. That take time.
Bad.
It is. You're gonna get yourself in some bad situations, man.
That's
bad situations. Like yo. But you heard about the DJ Envy joint, man?
I didn't.
Nothing about it?
I mean,
yeah.
It was something saying like he ain't make his wife like nut or something like that, but
I think she came, but it wasn't. It's a difference between orgasms. I don't think she ever orgasmed. That's what she said. But when everybody was posting it, I was seeing it, and I'm like, that's crazy. Like that's embarrassing. I mean, that's crazy. She came out and said that on TV or whatever the podcast she was on. But after watching it, that was the healthiest thing they probably could have ever done, man. Open up about that, and the way he handled it was strong, man. Because I don't know how I handle something like that. But basically, this nigga was married for like 20 years. I think, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, it was probably 7 years of their marriage at the beginning. They was each other first. Well, he was her first. but he never made her orgasm. But she used to fake it like she was. So he thought she was for 7 years. And one day she just told him like, yo, I was faking for 7 years. Like all that was fake. And he had to walk with that. But her explanation made sense too. She said she was faking because she didn't know her own body. Like she didn't know what an orgasm was. He was her first. She never had one. But the biggest prize a woman could give a man while they having sex is an orgasm. Or he felt like he ain't do nothing. So she used to want to reward her man, and she didn't want him to look stupid because he was putting in all the work. She just didn't know her body. I mean, she couldn't direct him to give him the orgasm, give her the orgasm, because she didn't know how to achieve the orgasm. So she just was like, yo, I'm gonna fake it. And once you fake it once, she had to keep it up.
That was the line that she crossed.
Yeah, so it was like she had to keep doing it, and she let it ride for 7 years. And this whole time, he's like, yo, King Ding, like, and he wasn't doing nothing. And she said he was putting in work, though. I mean, like, he was trying his best. And one day they got in a big argument, and it just came out, like, yo.
Don't tell me that during the argument.
Exactly. And that's what she said she messed up. She said it to hurt him. Like, she gave it to him, was like, yo, like, it don't be happening. Yeah, but no. Like, I be coming, but I don't be having no orgasm.
This ain't that, my nigga.
So he walked with that, but they over it now. She said he get her there now because they was able to do that, but she said that messed up a whole situation. That messed up a couple of years in their marriage. I had to tell him that. That made him cheat. That fucked up his ego. That it just messed him up. And she said she took the blame for it, because she was lying. And a lot of people say that envy. A lot of people laughing at envy, but the question is like, who was really wrong? like who was wrong? Was he not performing good, or was it her fault? Whose fault was it? And I'm gonna say it was her, because she lied. Like, if you think you're doing it, what else can you do? You lying to me. So that's a crazy situation to be in, but it's embarrassing. It's hurting. How do you move after that, man? Like, do you look at her as a liar as a person, like as a whole, or is it just that?
All right, hold on. Let me do the introduction. I got you.
Oh, all right.
We
in it.
We about to take off. That was a deep question. I ain't know we was going that far. But what's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Car Convos. Shine in the driver's seat, Dre in the passenger. As y'all hear, we talking about DJ Envy. But yeah, let's jump back into it. So, do I feel like she a liar? Yeah, bro, she a liar. Like, you lied to me for 7 years. You a fucking liar. Like,
so you don't believe nothing, like, outside of that?
I'm questioning shit.
Everything?
I'm questioning shit. Like, I'm not gonna say that I don't believe anything, but I'm questioning it, right? Because, like, not only are you a good liar, but you're an actress. Because I thought that I was doing something. I'm sure. I'm almost certain that when a nigga lay down with you and he really care about you getting yours, that he gonna take the time to learn the shit that, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna get you there.
Right.
So he had a special move that he probably performed every time.
He thought it was landing. It wasn't landing.
Like, every time he was like, when I hit like this, I'm gonna get it there. We going. That's the finishing move. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knew. Like, he knew. And he probably did that, John. You know what she did every single time? She showed that was the finishing move, my G. Like, that was it. That's the move right there. That give me that every time.
So how many girls you think out here really doing that now, though?
What, like?
Yeah.
So, I think I'm gonna speak from, like, the girls that I know, right? In the past, like, when we were younger, I feel like girls lied a lot more. Because, like, in her defense, you don't know your body, or you still learning, or, you know, depending on, like, how many people you actually, like, lay down with. Some people don't get lucky enough to, like, experience somebody who can get them there. You know what I'm saying? So you might not know, or you might really think that, oh, we, you know what I'm saying, we popping, like, you know, this the best dude I had. You know what I'm saying? But then you come across a better dude, and it's like, oh wait, but no, like I thought I was nothing, but now I'm really there. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, all right, cool. So in a sense like that, when we was younger, I feel like, you know, not necessarily like girls was lying, but they was lying. You know what I'm saying? And then but I think now, like from the people I talk to, like it's mad girls out here that's just like, I'm not about to lie for none of these niggas. Like I'm not stroking no egos.
See, that's the thing too. When you young, the man think it's a one player game. It's like, yo, we gonna have sex and I'm gonna put in some work. If that girl don't know her body, like you said, or she not working with you, you could put in as much work as you want. I mean, you're not gonna get it. Like it's not gonna be satisfying to her. Like you probably never gonna get it there, even if you laying your best foot forward. Like,
yeah, but you gotta, like you said, it's a one player game. You gotta understand, or you gotta be a little bit more understanding. I think we get that when we get older. Like shit happens in our lives, and we like, oh, why? Like this what we need to do. Or you do come across that one girl that's like, my nigga, slow down. Like why are you doing this? I need you to focus right here. Like this the spot right here that I need you to be in. And then it's like, all right, cool, my fault.
Trying to attack every mission the same.
Yeah, right. Like you ain't gotta do all that. Like you 10 places at once. Like slow down. Like you know what I'm saying? Attack one spot at a time. Like we gonna get there, but we gotta get there. Take your time. Like, but you gotta get somebody who gonna say that. You know what I mean? Like, cause again, just how, you know, the girls be lying and being like, oh, we got ours, they end up lying to make you feel like you the dude. So now you out here running around thinking that you slinging. And
so is the girl selfish to herself? Like, is she cheating herself or the man? You feel like both? Yeah, that's true. I heard it.
Cause you gotta cause you being selfish to yourself. Cause like
you're not really
feeling. Yeah, like why you laying here? Why you here? Like you're not about to have, like, it might, I guess it could be a good time, like all sex, you ain't got nothing to have, you know what I'm saying? But like, why you here? You know what I'm saying? I want you to enjoy yourself too. Like, what's the point of going to an amusement park? You ain't gonna get on under the roads. You just gonna walk around all day. Could have did that in Philly. Just wanted to change the scenery. Like you just wanted to look at the, you know, the rides and shit. That looks nice. Like nah, you want to experience that shit, right? Like, so you cheat yourself in that sense, but you also cheat the dude, because like I said, like if y'all don't end up talking, you done fight them. If him and her broke up, like Envy was out here single and shit, then it would have been crazy, because he would have went to the next girl, and he would have, yeah, my wife was taking it and we was doing this and that. She gave me like 18 kids because I was out here just slinging that thing. And then you get to the next joint and she like, slinging what? Man, you mad because it's like, well, my wife liked this shit, and it's just like, no, she didn't, nigga. You ain't even know.
I commend them though. That's strength. They got past it, and they good now. Like a lot of people ego would have been done for life. Like, nah, we ain't coming back for that. But they put the work in. And be like, all right, let's learn it then. Let's do it.
I feel like people be saying they can get past stuff, but like a lot of times they don't. And it's like you hold on to a lot of this stuff like internally, and you don't even realize you holding on to it. So like when we talk about like people cheating or, you know, situations like that, and I'm only using that because it's so common, right? But when we talk about things like that, it's like, let's say a dude cheated on a girl, or even worse, like a girl, that's not worse, but a girl cheating on a dude, and I'm using that as an example because like a lot of times it's harder for the dude to let go. You know what I'm saying? So if your girl cheating on you, you out here feeling like it's the end of the world. You know what I mean? And like you say, egos is driven and all of this other stuff is happening. But if you like, all right, yo, we gonna work past this, we gonna talk, we gonna get through it. A lot of that like getting through is you kind of like letting it go, because you made the decision to get through it. Like you can't go back into the relationship holding on to the shit that happened yesterday. Like, well, you said this and you said that. Like, you can't do that. You gotta. That's the part of it, is getting past it. You know what I mean? So it's not something that we need to be talking about every single day, or it's not something that, you know, you should be questioning every time I step out the house. Like, who you going with? All this other stuff. It might take a while for you to trust me the way you used to trust me, or for, you know, vice versa. But like, people hold on to it so long that, like you said, the ego is in the way, and you might think you might have forgave, but you really didn't.
Right.
And that's why you can't get past, situations like that. And I think for Envy, she had a valid reason. Maybe he understood the reason. Again, it hurted, which is why he probably cheated. Like, he hurt. You know what I'm saying? People act out. You can't tell people how to respond. But
question: do you think it still hurt letting the public know that though? Like he probably got over it, like in house, but you think it hurt it when she just said that online? Well, they probably talked about it before she expressed it, but like, yo, I'm about to talk about this. But when it really got out, well, it's in a book. That's what it is. Like, they was talking about the chapter in the book. They wrote a book, and they was asking what did that chapter really mean. So they obviously wanted it out there. So
I feel like anytime things go to the public,
it's healing.
No, not necessarily. I think anytime y'all talk about it, it's something, right? But when it goes to the public, it's a different level. So like when we talk about like celebs and stuff like that, it's a little bit different than like just your friends. You know what I mean? Like if I was going through something like that, where it's like I was married and et cetera, and like I wasn't getting my wife where she needed to be, I can have that conversation with you because you're my homie. You know what I'm saying? Me and you can have this conversation. We could talk and we could be like, well, why don't you try this or why don't you try that, or it wouldn't be like a laughing matter. Like, you're not laughing at me because this happened.
Right.
It's more so you trying to help me, or what would you come to me for?
Right.
And you trying to like help me get through it that way. So it's a little bit different of a conversation. But anytime you get to the public, people always want to troll you.
Right.
Like, it don't matter what we talking about. It don't matter how good or bad it is. It's always going to be somebody out here who want to troll you.
Right.
And I think that part of it make it hard. And that part of it, like, if you don't keep in mind that people are they trolls, and they not like, you can't look at them like, oh, these are people who actually like care about me. I think when you don't look at it that way, it becomes a little bit more difficult to keep your ego in check. So when it comes to like famous people like that, I think they definitely gotta take a step back and kind of like understand their position in life and like who they're allowing to affect their, I guess you could say, mental health or like well-being and so forth. So, but he is strong for that.
Yeah, man. And he still the next day on Breakfast Club, and they giving it to him too. Rick Ross talking about it. He like, man, Rick Ross, Coach Rick Ross, like, oh man, nobody can fake with him because they squirting. And that's the main goal he looking for. That's his point he proved. Well, he was trying to prove. He like, yeah, I'm looking for that waterfall, so you ain't faking it with me. And he was like, if I don't get that, then we don't know. But my main goal is to get that waterfall.
I mean, that's so cool, but they do that every time.
That's when he was talking like he do. But he was talking big shit on the Breakfast Club.
Down like that.
I know it's his talk, but I mean, it ain't. There's no way you can. But yeah, Rick Ross is talking big shit up there, man.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like, that be the thing. So, my niggas, you probably did bust down one good time, right? You bust down one good time. You put that shit down. You put that shit down. You watch her reaction, so you put that shit down. Or like you said, like maybe she squirted or something. So like, all right, cool. This happened this one time. You're not about to. You can't hold on to that. That's not your legacy. I'll be making bitches squirt. You made one person squirt, don't you? Like, yes.
Rick Ross, what?
Yo, like, that's wild. Like, I don't get it. Like, he a legend, huh?
Well, you gotta give it to him one time, man.
I mean, if he do it, he do. Like, I'm not there, so I don't know. Like, maybe he do be out here doing what he's supposed to do, but I also feel like that's another thing. Like, he's a celeb, right? So, he's saying girls can't fake because they be squirting, cool. But he is a celeb. How many girls fake?
See, my point on that is, I feel like a girl not gonna fake with a celeb unless she paid off. Unless she paid and she trying to stay around. But I think a lot of girls gonna go off of the clout, so they looking for it to be different than what you're talking about anyway, so they can put you on blast.
But 9 times out of 10, they signed
a waiver.
Yeah, like, you can't have this conversation with nobody, so you can't even do that. But a lot of those people probably leave with gifts too. If I was a celeb and I was in your city, you might leave with a little, thank you bag or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you're here for. Or fuck, I'm a celeb. You might not leave with nothing. Cause the fuck.
Yeah, I'm the prize.
Yeah. Like in that situation, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you wanted to see me. Like,
it's crazy.
That's cool. Pull up.
Money could get you, man.
Bro,
That
money,
is crazy.
Yeah.
Just because I'm on TV.
It ain't even money, bro. It's fame.
Yeah,
That is fame. Like, you ain't gotta have the money. You just gotta be known. Like, I feel like it'd be like known people in Philly that girls just be throwing themselves at. And vice versa. Like, a known shorty in Philly, niggas probably be in them DMs, but I'm only using like boy and girl because I feel like niggas in everybody DMs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't really be matter. But a known nigga, he hood celeb. You know what I'm saying? Like, people probably in them joints thinking they can be put on or something like that. Homie probably don't even make no money. It's just literally like hood fame, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga lived in 9 neighborhoods, just know a lot of people.
Facts. I just moved a lot as a kid, so I got a lot of friends growing up. like you just know, you know what I'm saying? Party promoters back in the day, like niggas put you on a flyer and it was everything. Like niggas just know you. Like it was real crazy.
That was really big. You got thrown on the flyer?
Bro, I was
Oh,
on
yeah,
everybody's
you
flyer. Remember? Like back in the day, like niggas put me on flyers all the time. Like I just knew party promoters. I wasn't no big name in Philly. Like I wasn't nobody special. Just know a couple promoters. They was like, bro, I'm gonna throw you on the flyer this week. Like there'd be times I wasn't even going. I'd be like, alright, cool. You know what I'm saying? People was out here calling me by my Instagram name because they like, oh, you the boy that was, yeah, I'm that boy, but I'm not that boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just a regular dude out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't nothing special about me. I just, you know what I'm saying? I just know a couple people.
On the flyer, gotta bring a couple heads out.
I mean, my friends,
fill the seats, man.
Yeah, like, nah. That's crazy, right? But, like I said, I don't know, it just be, it all come down to, like, that known factor. Like people just be wanting to be around because they feel like you out here popping, and then they get to know you and you're not. Like you just a regular dude. Like you can go chill with the homies for this. Like you're not out here working.
Dating the popular guys, the worst move you can do. This nigga got too many options.
Nah, bro. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah, I'm going with it.
I'm not gonna say that. What
I'm
you
going
mean?
with it, huh?
What you mean?
Worst. You date. I'm dating. Like they say, dating the most popular person, man. He got too many. He or she got too many options, man.
So you're not going to date me because girls like me? Like that's what they supposed
to? I mean, it's not that, but it's somebody with too many options make more mistakes. I'll say that. You got too many options. You bound the percentages of slipping it goes up.
I mean it do, but we also gotta go based off of the person.
That's true too.
You know what I'm saying?
Some people might just be 10 toes down, but you got options 10. You can walk outside and pick anybody you want. That's a dangerous game. That's a dangerous game.
Bro, I don't be with people because I need to be with them though. I be wanting to be there. So like if I was that popping dude, like I want to be with the shorty that I chose. So even if I got 10 lined up, them 10 not really lined up. They not there. I don't see them.
That's a dangerous game, man.
Bro, the juice be frozen. You get in a relationship, the juice is frozen. Like I ain't got that right now. Like that shit going on. I put that up. Like you don't never get rid of the juice. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't throw it in the trash. It's never expired and nothing like that. But like shit just be frozen. You put that shit up, and then you know if you ever end up single again, and them 10 girls probably still waiting for you. Then you go out to play. You know what I mean? But I also feel like it depend on. Your mentality in the sense of like how long you've been popping, right? Because you're lottery mentality is the thing. So you go out, you used to being broke, you win a lottery, you got this lump sum of money. What you gonna do with it? You gonna spend it, right? I'm buying shit I don't need. I'm being North Philly with a fucking cheetah, walking through the hood with my shit. I wish one of y'all dogs would. I will send my cat out here to destroy y'all niggas. Why you got a cheetah?
Why
you got a cheetah?
Why?
Because I could, my nigga. I got the bread for it. Like, I'ma spend it. I don't need no fucking exotic animal. Like, I just want it because I just want it. I ain't used to having money, so I'm blowing it, right? But you talk about like rich people and like the rich mindset and rich mentality and whatever other things that rich people do, or you see like the posts on social media that be like poor people or the poor mentality, they be buying like name brand shit.
Right.
Whereas those like rich people out here with Skechers. You know what I mean? Like they don't buy name brand because it's like what I need name brand for. Like they used to having money. When you're not used to having money, you out here maneuvering. So I feel like it's the same.
To it, man. That's a lot of people call that cheap though. Outside looking in though, like
you're saying like if I'm not buying name brands and stuff?
Yeah, a rich person buying Skechers, there somebody looking at them be like, yo, you cheap.
I mean that might be true. Like, but at the end of the day, like so when we think about like cheap and like frugality, to me like cheap is being frugal is being understanding of like you spending money. I understand that I got the money to spend it on here, and I just don't want to because I'm not. You know what I mean? Like unless it's value. You know what I mean? Because I feel like to me, me as a money person, I'm frugal to some extent. You know what I mean? Like when I'm in Philly, it's a lot of shit I'm not doing out here. I'm not doing shit. But when I go on vacation, I'm a drug dealer. I'm blowing money like I'm out here.
So if I got dirty sneakers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got let's say I got $200 in the bank right now. Something 200. These sneakers cost $75. A fresh pair, 75. Just throwing random numbers out there. I got 200 in the bank. I'd be like, all right, I gotta pay this bill next week. The bill 150. Is that? But I got another job coming up. That 150 coming. So I don't want to buy the sneakers though. I need them. I don't need them, but I could use them. Is that me being cheap or frugal? Like I'm not. It's not messing up me paying this next bill either. I might have to hustle harder the next day. I can still get the money for the bill, but is that being cheap or frugal?
So I think frugal is like looking at bigger picture, right? You might be like, I don't need these sneakers, but if I get these sneakers, what my quality of life gonna be? Am I about to struggle if I get these sneakers, or am I about to get these sneakers and still be good tomorrow? That might be like being frugal because it's more of a thought than just how much something costs. I think when it's cheap, it's just like those sneakers cost $75. That's a lot for some sneakers. I don't know. Like I can go down the street and get them same sneakers for $50. Like,
what if that's true though?
I mean, it might be true, but that's the cheap part of it to me. Like when you put like the polo sign on the t-shirt, niggas like that's a regular ass t-shirt. Like it is polo. I used to work at Lord and Teller, and back in the day, like the little polo rep was like Polo just make they get Hanes like t-shirts and throw the polo logo on it. They not like popping t-shirts. They not like better material or nothing like that. They just regular fucking t-shirts with a polo logo. Now if I wanted to be cheap, I'd be like, well, I know these the regular fucking Hanes shirts. I'm just gonna go buy me a Hanes shirt. You know what I mean? Like, but it just depends on, like I said, the situation. Like that's just me being cheap. I can find this cheaper somewhere else. But if I'm being frugal, like I said, it's a reason. Like it's a reason I'm doing this. I'm not gonna spend money here because I want to put the money somewhere else. Like niggas saving for a house or like I said, vacation or something like that. Like I'm not gonna go out this weekend because I don't want to spend that bread because I need to spend it, here. That's to me is like frugal. But if I'm okay with going out and you like, yo, let's hit the bar up, and I'm like, all right, cool, and I'm only buying one drink because that shit $10 and I don't want to spend more than $10. I'm being cheap. Why you here? Go home.
I left the house with a budget, man. Left the house with a budget,
bro.
Man.
The budget is cool to have, but it gotta be a budget where you can have fun. Like I don't feel like budget should like stop you from living life. Like that's crazy. Like I came out, I had like $10 to my name, and I'm out here.
I'm gonna get 1 or 2 drinks. But I mean, I do that. Like if I don't just free will go out. Like I don't just be like, all right, I'm gonna just go out. Nah, I know what I'm gonna do, how much I'm gonna spend, and how I'm gonna move when I get there. Before I get there, like if I'm going to the bar, I'm gonna be like, all right, I might grab like 3 drinks and grab a personal bottle before I even get there, and to save me some money. Like it's like I could buy me a personal at the crib, take a couple shots back, so I don't have to buy as much when I get in there. And now that's cheap, but that's not cheap. I feel like that's smart.
Yeah, but why you being cheap? Is it because you don't want to blow the bag? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it depends. You trying to save your money for the next day for something else? Like
it just seemed like it makes more sense. It just seemed like why spend this money when you could get around it. You know what I mean? So I guess that's the cheap part. But I look at it as being smart. Like, you could get around that.
I don't think nothing wrong with being cheap, bro. I just think the only time I think something wrong is with being cheap is, like I said, when you stopping yourself from living. If you was gonna go out and you wasn't gonna have that many drinks anyway, like some people just don't drink. So maybe they bought 1 or 2 drinks just because they don't drink. Now, are they being cheap? No, they just don't drink. So, you know what I'm saying? It might look cheap to somebody outside looking in, but if they're not a drinker, why am I go out here and buy a section and get 10 bottles when I only need like a shot or 2 and I'm good for the night? You know what I mean? Like situations like that, it's like they're different. But if you know that you're a drinker, you want to drink, like I drink. You know what I mean? Like I do this shit. So if I go out and you see me with 1 drink all night, that's a problem. You like, my nigga, don't you? And I'm like, yeah, but I ain't got no money.
I'm just saying, restaurant drinks be high, man. I know a lot of people that bottle up their liquor, sit it in the car, or put it in their pocket, sneaking on the side in the middle of dinner. Like that's cheap, but that's smart, man. Be like, yo, I'm gonna go outside real quick, take a couple shots, I'll be back in. Like, man, I'll fill up a water bottle with my drink anytime, man.
Nah, I mean, I've done that, like stepping out, not to a restaurant. I've never done this. Nah, like I just did. I'm not there. I ain't been there. I ain't even think about doing this shit, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
I filled up a few glasses, man. I drink the juice out of there, put a liquor in there.
Nah,
we good now.
I ain't thinking about that though. To be honest. Now, if I go to like Chick-fil-A or something like that, get a half and half, and I'm on my way home, I got liquor in the car. I might, take a couple sips, pour it in there, and that's my bottle. That's my little cup for the day. You know what I mean? Or however long that joint lasts. I ain't never like think about. I just didn't. Like I didn't, bro. I didn't. I ain't never think about going to the joint and just pouring up like that.
You straight to the shot.
That's your cup, bro. That shit to the side of the table.
You can't do that in the bar though. You get caught doing that. That's a bad situation.
You shouldn't even get in with a bottle in the bar. They ain't they bang you down. Yeah, you can.
I ain't gonna try to make myself look bad out here. I did that in the casino. Broke it in there. Cranberry juice, pour my liquor in there. Yeah, I ain't buying. It's doing $20 in here. Got the same liquor. Get a whole.
I feel you trying to save money. I understand that. I get it. So
but that's cheap. If you get caught doing that though, for females see you do that, or nigga, like catch you in the act of doing it, it's gonna look cheap, and you're gonna look corny. But you explain to them, like, you'll be like, yo, listen, this joint $20. They gonna be like, all right, I'll feel you. But just somebody looking at you do that, like this nigga cheap, or they gonna think you broke.
Yeah,
but
that might be a thing too.
But man, you talking? Listen.
I don't know, like the way you putting it makes sense. Like, I mean, I hear you, I understand. I just, like I said, I ain't never think about doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I just never did. But it's cool. We here now.
You got a traffic ticket for me, man?
Yeah, you come right into it.
Yeah,
I do.
Good boy.
Alright, that's cool.
I don't get no traffic tickets, man. Hey, I'm mad, dog. Matter of fact, I had two. You got like 3, 4.
Don't worry about it. Don't even matter. Don't even matter. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna jump into this joint. Can I say things? Trying to figure out. Alright, I'm just gonna read through, right? So you the gist of what it was. I already responded or whatever. But basically what happened was Shorty working HR, right? She working HR. She gotta basically do audits for the team, and then the big bosses or whatever will come in and do audits on everything that happened. So basically what's happening is the team is doing work. Her job is to make sure that the team is doing the stuff that they need to be doing, and then the auditors come in to make sure that the stuff that she checked is actually what she's saying it is. You know what I mean? All right, cool. So she was working with Shorty. I'm gonna name her Katie. White lady. So Katie is this person who does like payroll and stuff like that. She does benefits and all that other stuff. So Katie was supposed to put some girls benefits together because the girl elected. She said, I wanna put, let's say, $300 into my retirement plan,
401k.
my 401k, whenever I get paid. Katie was supposed to make this shit happen. Katie didn't do it. Girl been working there for 4 years.
Oh! Oh! What she was doing? 5%? What 3%?
I don't know what the numbers was. I'm giving you a random number, but like I
Oh
said,
no, Doug, go ahead, finish, bro. Nah.
Somebody gonna say it was like $300, right? So $300, shorty been there for 4 years. So $300 every single paycheck was supposed to go into the 401k for 4 years. On top of that, the company matches. So whatever $300 didn't go in there, plus the company match didn't go in there, just nothing.
Nothing. She ain't got nothing.
She don't have anything. So shorty had, I think her daughter had like a health issue or something like that. She stated, her car had broke down, so she was like, you know what, I'm gonna borrow against my 401k so that I can, pay some of these medical bills, so I could take care of my car.
And that's how she found out.
And they went to Katie to get, the joint situated. So Katie was like, you know what, I'm gonna work on it, give me a little while. Katie went to the joint who sent me the traffic ticket and was like, yo, this happened. What do I do? So the person sent me the traffic ticket basically was just like, well, did you run everything? And she was like, yeah, but I don't think she sent this in, or she ain't sent that. So the girl sent traffic ticket says, well, did you get this form and this form? And Katie was like, yeah. And she was like, well, you couldn't have gotten these two forms without having the other forms there, because it's a packet.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, all of the stuff come on the same documents. So if you seen 2 of the 5 forms, then you had to get the other 3, or you wouldn't have been able to run shit anyway. So you had to overlook this or just not do it. So Katie's now panicking and scrambling. Now, again, you got Katie, you got the person sent me the traffic ticket, and then you got they boss. That's not the auditor, but they boss come in and it's like, hey, the girl saying she want to pull from her 401k. Do you know anything about it? Now, girl sent me the traffic ticket, tells the boss, you got to go talk to Katie, because that's who you go to. Katie then tells the boss, oh yeah, me and Shorty gonna work on it. So the boss goes back to traffic ticket girl and says, why you working on it? And she was like, at that point, she had to tell her the truth. Katie did this, Katie didn't run it. Now boss is mad because, they owe her money, right? Like, you owe her money. So Shorty sent me the traffic ticket, was like, I tried to stand up for her. I told her, don't, write her up, don't catch her attitude, this, that, and the third. Later that same day, Shorty who sent the traffic ticket is doing her audits on the work that everybody did in the building, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, but where they work at, you gotta have certain clearances to, be able to do certain work. So if you're a therapist, you gotta do I guess you could say continuing education to keep your licenses and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's stuff like that that she's auditing to make sure everything is right. Now, she's going to check this stuff, and these people under Katie, 20 of them, that don't got their clearances, which means that Katie didn't do her job to make sure the people under her had their clearances. So Shorty saved her already, right? She saved her already because Katie was about to get written up by their boss, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now she's like, well, at what point do you throw your friends under the bus? Because now the auditors, the people outside of the company, are coming in to audit her work. So she's like, I could try to, send these emails out, get some people to get these clearances, or I could just tell the truth and say Katie didn't do what she was supposed to do. And she's like, the thing is if she sends the emails out,
she fired.
It's a possibility that she can get the clearances done in time, but it's a possibility that they don't come in. And if she don't send the emails out and just tell what happened, then Katie either she gotta go or she written up, or whatever repercussion is gonna happen. So long story short, say all that to say, question is at what point can you throw your friends under the bus? Because they technically cool, which is why she saved her in the beginning.
That technically word just changed the dynamic, man.
I'm just saying, they somewhat cool. She saved her, you know what I mean?
Why you put me here, bro? This is Cause I want to say, well,
I had to tell you the whole story though,
yeah,
because like I needed you to know that like it would be different if this was like Katie first time fucking up. Like if she was just a decent ass worker and she fucked up one time, then I'd be like, don't throw her under the bus, because in my head like this her first time fucking up. You know what I mean? Do what you can to help, because she don't always mess up like this. But
it's coming on her now though. Like keep trying to cover her tracks.
Right. So So now that's what I'm saying. So now it's like you could take the fall with Katie, or you can just throw Katie under the bus and be like, I ain't had nothing to do with this. You wiping your hands of it, or
how big is the fall? Like if she take it with Katie,
it don't matter.
If they both,
do that matter? Like at the end of the day, like if you get written up because of something that somebody else did, are you cool with it?
No, I'm not. I'm not cool with it. No, I'm not cool with it. But at the same time, people mess up. But this her livelihood, man.
People mess up like Katie mess up.
Nah.
Like, can you?
she just look. She seemed loose. Seemed like she don't even care until the pressure is on. It's like, how? It's never okay to throw your friends under the bus, but you gotta save your own ass too, man. You gotta save your own ass.
KYA.
Yeah. Yeah, like she got this the one that sent the traffic ticket. She needed that bread for her son that's sick, right?
Nah. So
that's Katie.
So the one who sent the traffic ticket is the one who audits Katie. And then the one who needed the bread was just a random ass worker who came into the office one day. So
Katie messed up both of them.
Yeah, so Katie messed up on the end of the random ass worker, but then she also messed up on the end of like the audit.
Yeah, Katie gotta go. This ain't the job
so
for Katie. Yeah, it's just gonna keep going, and she gonna mess up. Somebody gonna tell on her anyway, man. This ain't it. You messing up too much. Like you're not doing well. Yeah, this ain't it.
So my logic was, if I could get the shit done, if I can get the clearances taken care of, and I didn't have to like rely on other people, then I would do that. So if the way the clearances work apparently is the people who need the clearance like renewed are the people who got to do it. My thing is if I send this email out to these 20 people, who's to say that they're gonna do this shit? We need this shit done like yesterday.
It's nothing like working a job, bro, and working somebody else's job too. Yeah. And they getting off like that is the worst. Like you gotta come in and do two shifts.
So you're not willing to carry the team?
Yeah, sometimes, but it look like Katie can't get it together, bro. It's getting heavy over there. Like I can't carry it every day, dog.
Can't carry all the weight.
Nah.
Not every day.
Nah.
Not 365.
Nah. Katie gotta go.
But alright, so I feel you. And like I said, I can't control that these people gonna do what they need to do to get their clearances taken care of. And if that happens, then I'm in trouble, because if the auditors come and they be like, well, this is not taken care of, then manager lady gonna come to me and say, well, why didn't you say that this wasn't taken care of? Now I gotta either lie about it, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm under the bus. So
putting your foot in your ass now.
I'm not
deep in the
right. So now you in it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to be in it. So yeah, Katie definitely gotta go. In my opinion, she gotta slide. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing. But again, if Katie's your friend,
I would tell Katie. I would tell Katie to tell though. I wouldn't just automatically tell. I'd be like, yo, Katie, like, just let them know you mess up. Like they gonna understand. I mean, and they gonna respect you more for telling them.
So you gonna lie?
Huh?
So you gonna lie?
Well,
you knew that Katie was about to get written up.
Nah. I really feel like that. Like if you come to them and tell them like, yo,
you knew
I made a mistake.
But you know that she was about to get written up that same day.
How many write-ups you got so far? You got 2? As the story go, we got 2 so far. Well, this would be your second one. You still got one more.
So
you still got one more. Like you gotta take this one, Katie. Katie gotta take this right up.
She gotta eat it, bro.
Yeah, you gotta take this right up, man. We gotta take this. We got one more. We got one more life. You know what I mean? Take this right up. Tell them. Know what I mean? They might give you 4 if you honest on the second. They might give you 4 if you honest. They be like, yo, she was honest. She came in and told us, I respect the integrity. Cool. They might throw you another life.
Bro, you still mad.
You are mad.
If you was the manager lady, you already upset. You already upset. And then she gonna come to you and tell you, hey, I fucked up. You just, bro,
what's the word they look for in interviews? They be like, yo, are you honest or do you got integrity? When you use those words right there, they be like, oh yeah, she's not gonna hide nothing. That's what they looking for, but they not really looking for that. They not looking for no mess up.
Cause you be lying all the time. You don't lie on your fucking athlete. You lie. You not like to try to tell me that you don't be.
I seen it in your face. You like, dog, you go in interviews and tell them what they want to hear.
Exactly. Like, what you mean?
But that's something they looking for. That's one of the pop out, John. Like integrity.
I mean, they gonna ask the question because you gotta
like
ask. But yeah, you wanna tell them? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you exactly what you want to hear. The rest of it be like, hey, like, nothing.
Coming that often. He talk to you real quick.
Bro,
I'm coming to you to tell you I messed
up
again.
Do the job, I can do it, but until I get the job, I may have embellished a little bit. Like, could I have done the job without the training? Probably not. Like, I mean, if you teach me, I'm in there, but I gotta lie and tell them I know. Have you ever worked with this system? Yeah, I have. Yeah. Used to do that all the time. Yep. And then just talk. Yeah, because we did this and we did that and we did this and we did that. And niggas be
How
like,
far do you go with that though? Like lying on interviews?
If they don't ask me no questions about it, bro.
Would you try a job, like a job that you really know you have no business in? Yeah. You would try it?
Yeah. I'm not gonna do it, bro. If they pay me?
Yo, I'm talking about like a job, like let's see.
Bro, you're not listening. If they paying me,
nigga, I'm not getting on no harness, or up in them jaws.
I'm not gonna do that because I'm gonna be afraid. But like, give me like a office joint. You be like, have you ever worked with this program? I'm gonna say yeah. You know what I'm gonna be doing? I'm gonna be at work YouTubing on my phone like, this how we do this and this how we do it.
You a YouTube electrician? You'll wire your house without knowing? Like you'll try it for the first time?
Bro, if it's my house, maybe.
No, not child, a job.
I can't go on a job. I don't know enough. But if I can like bullshit, if I can bullshit my way through, then I'm gonna bullshit my way through.
It's a lie, bro. Like underqualified, overqualified.
Bro, they just asked me if I could do the job. That's all they want to know.
You can do it?
I said yeah. And then
that happened to me recently, bro. Let me tell you what it is. I didn't try it. Job hired me for a trucking job. I did flatbed, I did drive-in, I did reefer. But I never like hauled metal, like strictly metal. Like I use straps, but I never use chains to strap a load down. I got to the job. I told them, I'm like, yo, I ain't got that much strap experience. I mean, I should be cool. Like this metal right here. And he was like, yeah, you should be good. I said, all right. I got there. Truck already loaded. He said, yeah, this the load you take out right here. I said, just like that? Like, this the first day here. Like, he was like, yeah, just strap it and go. I said, I ain't got no chains. Like, I don't even know how to chain them. He was like, you should be good with just straps. Like, I look at every other truck out there, bro. Every other truck got chains. I said, yo, I talked to 3 people. The dude went back in the building. Like, he went back in the building. Gave me the keys to the truck and everything. He said, I would talk to the boy. I said, yo, do you trust this without no chain? He was like, I chained mine. I don't know. I chained mine. Yeah, and I'm like, I'm scratching my head. I'm like, come on, man. And then he gave me the trip. I had to go a good 8 hours driving with this metal, 4 stops. I said, should I just do it and just test it? I said, yo, if one of these long metal slide off while I'm driving, that's a bad situation. That's ruining my license. Possibly can get locked up. Possibly could kill somebody. Like, and for me to not have experience, I said, nah, I just gave him the keys back. Like, nah, I'm not doing that, bro. But I could have bullshitted my way and did that. But it was too risky. It was too risky, bro. It was like...
Alright, so the shit that I be doing don't be killing people. But, I mean, the way you describing this joint give me, like, what is it? Final Destination type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to ride behind this truck and this shit gonna slide off, and next thing I know, you got fucking metal rods in your fucking car.
Oh, my God.
Nah, bro. Like, nah. That's something different. Like, I wouldn't do that. And then, like you say, it's your license. Like, that's your license. You want to be a truck driver. You want to be able to drive. You know what I'm saying? They going to take that from you. But then you got to be under investigation and shit like that. You can't get another job. So I'm not going to do nothing that's going to stop me from getting another job. But I fuck around and be like, hey, I'm going to work this job. I might fuck up a couple of times. You might want to fire me. But I'm going to get this check before that happen, right? Because I'm going to be there for like 2-3 weeks. I'm going to get written up a couple times, and then we're going to be out. And I'm going to put that shit on my resume, and I'm going to say that I worked this job, and I left because I wanted to. And
what do you put on your resume when you leave jobs? Like when they ask you, well, job application, they be like, yo, reason for leaving.
Whatever it is, I left for something, I don't know. Depend on what it say. But I'll talk before I left. Like, sometimes I'll put like laid up or something.
Put better opportunity, but that joint start getting repetitive. Be like, yo, better opportunity.
Applications is always like that. It's always gonna be repetitive. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But
man,
I don't know.
Bullshit my way in no job, man. I mean, yeah, you got to. I did that in Wawa.
Bro, I don't got the patience for nothing. Like, I don't have the patience to like, cause like my thing always like, I be feeling like I'm qualified to do some shit, but they not never gonna see you as qualified to do that shit. So I lie to show you I'm qualified to do it, and then I go in and I do it, and now I'm really qualified to do it because I done did it. But if I always like felt like I wasn't qualified, I'd be like, well, what do I need to be qualified for this position? Like, how am I gonna get there? Like, how am I gonna be qualified for a position I ain't ever do? Like, what do I need to do to you know what I'm saying, for you to be like, oh, all right.
Yeah, that's what I tell them. I tell them, I'm like, yo, with the proper training, I know I can learn it, though. Like, if you give me the proper training, I'll be good.
You honest.
Yeah, that's what I tell them. I just, be like, yo, you give me the proper training, I can learn about anything. But I'm not about to tell you I'm going to be your best worker right as tomorrow. Give me the proper training, we'll get there. And they be like, oh, I like that. I be like, yeah. Don't just throw me in there and expect for me to give you A1 work. Like, you're gonna be mad at yourself. Like, my work ethic is up there, but it's a learning curve.
I'm definitely a learning
curve.
I'm sorry. I'm not about to tell you it's a learning curve. I'm gonna say that. Teach me, you train me, I'll be able to do the job, up to your standards, et cetera. But I'm always gonna act like I already knew. I'm not about to be on this shit like, oh yeah, I gotta learn this, that, and that. Nah, but when we on the job, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Because my experience with that is, man, a lot of jobs threw me out there to the fire. Like, I lied before. And a lot of jobs was like, all right, tomorrow you start. And I ain't had no trainer out there with me. And that's the worst. You like, well, what do I do? You don't just
I'm always in that situation, sink or swim. I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna do what I need to do, and we gonna see what happens. Like, we gonna see what happens.
You look like you just walking back and forth and looking around. You look crazy. Like, nah, I just don't know what to do. Everybody thinking you know what to do already.
I'm gonna strap this shit up wrong. Either that or I'm gonna go find somebody who can help me. I'm gonna ask, like, like I just started, like, how y'all be strapping it up here? I don't really know. Like, what y'all be doing? See, I try. Let me watch you do it real quick, and I'm gonna go do mine. And people be like, all right, cool, like, but I'm gonna find somebody who can either help me, or I'm gonna just go out there like a fool and try to do that shit myself. And we gonna see what happens. We gonna see what happens. A lot of times, like, doing that shit work out, cause people be wanting to help you, bro. Like, they see you do something wrong, they walk over, they be like, bro, like, you can't do it that way. Like, let me give you a tip. Like, you can't do it that way because of this. Like, you chain that up that way, you got a chance of this falling off. So you want to do this, that, and the third. And I'm like, oh, word, like, word, cool. Now I got help. But it's only cause I was out here doing this shit. And if I went out there and I just walked, like you said, like walking around my truck looking crazy, like niggas gonna be looking at me like, what the fuck is he doing? Nobody gonna know that you need help. Like, you just walking around. Nah, I'm either gonna ask somebody or I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna do that shit. And I'm gonna look stupid doing it. I don't care about that, bro. Like I said, I'm on the clock. I'm getting paid for this.
That's true too.
I'm getting paid to look stupid. I'm okay with it.
Oh man. I ain't looking. I need to start looking stupid more.
Yeah, start lying on these motherfuckers, man. Get yourself some more money. That's how you get more money. You gotta lie.
Don't teach nobody that, man. Don't teach nobody that, man. Crazy, bro. Yo, you gotta lie, man.
That's how you get your check.
That's how. That's what a lot of people ain't like that book that somebody put out. One of the famous people, but it's teaching people how to manipulate people for money. And everybody like, it's a cool book. Like it's true, but all it's teaching you is how to manipulate people. Which is basically is, but that's how you get money. Manipulating people.
I keep telling you, bro, I'm gonna use it. Depending on what we talking about and who we talking about, I'm gonna use you. You my friend. Like, I'm not gonna use you in a negative way, but if we working together, bro, you're not my friend. None of these people are my friends. I'm okay with lying.
50 book. 50 Laws of Power, something like that.
Yeah, that's smart. But nah, I'm definitely gonna lie to get more people. They be like, you know how I do this? How much more are you paying me? Oh, give you like $2-3 more. Yeah, then I know how to do this shit. I know exactly.
I'm cool with negotiating. Like, man, I'm cool with that.
But negotiation come with lies, bro. Cause they gonna ask you some shit, and I'm gonna lie and say I know. I know. Not about to lie. I'm not about to talk myself out of money. Like, you trying to negotiate? You like, yeah, well, we don't want to pay nobody who can't do this, this, and this. Okay, that's cool, cause I know how to do all that shit. All right, just don't ask me about it. Don't ask me about it. Just that's all. Like, yeah, you use this system. I be lying. Yeah, I have.
A lot of Microsoft Word and all that stuff. I don't be knowing how to use that shit until I actually open it. Open it. Work through. You be reading it out loud. I file. You go to new page. You learning that.
XXL and like pivot tables and shit. I'm like pivot tables. Yeah, my G, I know how to do that. I can do that. I know how to do that. I can set rules in fucking Excel. I can do that. And then I'll be after the interview on fucking YouTube learning shit. And then I'll be like, all right, cool. By the time I get there, I'll know a little bit. I can get in there. I can be like, all right, we did this when we were doing the pivot tables, but how do y'all do it? And then once I ask that question, they be like, oh, let me show you. Let me show you. All right, cool. Show me. And I'm sitting there, I'm just taking notes. Wait, hold on, let me get my book. I'm writing that shit up. Like, all right, cool. I know what I'm doing now. Yep, we in here. We straight. I ain't gotta worry about nothing. They'll be alright. But I'm definitely gonna lie, bro. I'm getting in there. I'm gonna find my way in there.
No, I'm with it. I ain't gonna tell them the exact truth, but I try to let them know before I get in there. Like, yo, I'm about to do this job. I try to let them know a little bit that I need training.
I mean,
that's it.
So my thing is, I just don't want to talk myself out of nothing.
That's true too.
I'm not gonna give you too much because you talk yourself out of it, and I feel like that's not anything. Like, when it comes to these jobs, like, if you're like, yeah, I just need training, and they think you too much work, like, they gonna think you too much work, then you gonna talk yourself out of it. When you any type of like negotiations, like when you're talking to, even you like talking to women, like, or in people in general, because you gotta think, like, whenever you put yourself out there in any situation, you kind of like selling yourself. But if you talk the negative about yourself, like, yeah, I mean, I just don't know this and I just don't know that, then why people fuck with you?
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is why I feel like, you know, when people meet people, you put the facade on to show your better self. You know what I mean? And then as you get to know people, it's like, that nigga wasn't always like this. You know what I mean? Like, but you gotta put yourself there because you gotta put yourself on that pedestal. Yeah, put yourself on that pedestal. Like, let them know, like, you know, this sneak preview. You ain't get the full trial just yet, but this is what it is for now. You know what I mean? You gotta deal with that. You gotta deal with that. We gonna deal with that later though. Not right now.
Not right now.
You gonna find out later. I might be a slightly different person than you thought I was, and it's okay. It's okay. Don't laugh, bro. It's the truth.
It's funny, man.
It be the truth, though. It be the truth. Like, nobody gives you all of themselves in the beginning. And I'm not saying you gotta lie about everything, but people either, you might not lie, right?
Mm.
But you might not tell the whole truth.
Mm.
You might. It's still lying. It's a mission. But like, you might just. I'm not gonna say all of that because I don't want to scare them off.
Right.
It's the same shit. You still lying. But yeah, when it come to like meeting people and doing shit, you definitely don't give people the full truth ever. So make yourself look good. Do what you gotta do. You just gotta be able to stand on that shit. Like I said, when it comes to a job, it's sink or swim. And 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna swim. I'm gonna go swimming. I'm not sinking out here. And it's the same thing when I meet people. Like I might not give you all of me in the beginning, but like when you meet me, you gonna be like, all right, he's a cool dude. You know what I mean? Like even though it might have some flaws out here, because who don't? So it depends. But I mean, let me ask you a question since we like speaking on flaws, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you met somebody and they seemed like they was like super supportive and all the way in there and that, you know, so on and so forth, and then you go to like therapy or something like that, and you get like diagnosed like with some type of like trauma, like or some type of like mental condition, like you got anxiety or depression or something like that, right? And the person who was supposed to be there for you or had your back at some point or another seemed like they like discrediting the fact that you have this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you stay with that person? Like, how long do you feel like you could like stay around like that type of energy? Because clearly they wasn't who they was in the beginning, right? And we talked about changing, which is cool. Changing is cool, but if you change for the worse, like, can you stick around?
I don't think it's on you sticking around. I think it's on the opposite person leaving you.
Wow.
I think they'll leave you before you leave them because you're going through something. I feel like they would, if they can't handle it and they're not supporting you through it, then I feel like they would bounce first. Well, the situation that I witnessed, the situation I witnessed, the guy, he was having a hard time accepting that his wife was actually going through something, and he just thought she was lying every time she'd have an episode or something like that. He thought she was being extra, craving attention, or like it ain't that deep, basically. A normal mindset of people having like, yo, it ain't that deep. Like, get over it. Like that was last year, but he ain't had no compassion at all. Like no compassion, because he didn't believe it. So I feel like he was on the verge of dipping off. So it's like, I can't deal with this. Like she always going through this. She always putting it on this or blaming this or having this. Every time we go through something, she bring this up. He just wouldn't believe it. So I feel like he was making it worse for her, but he was on the verge of leaving because he thought she was bullshitting basically the whole time. So I don't think she would leave because she actually going through something. And I think she would eventually though. Like eventually she would, but it'll take longer for her before he get frustrated. Like he was actually frustrated, and it was sad because I've been there before, and it looked like an older version of me. It looked like an older version of me, and I'm like, dang, bro. Like he had no compassion at all, bro. Like none. It was just like, yo, get over it. Like I understand it's that.
This nigga said bad things happen, but
Yeah,
that shit happened yesterday.
Basically, like yo, like it ain't that bad. Like nah, you don't know how something hit somebody else. And the worst thing you could do is what he was doing. So he was just making it worse, and he ready to be out.
Who hit your friend?
He's not. I went to a men's joint, and I just met him, but just get some just talk about some things you're going through and what you're going through. I mean, I won't disclose his name or where we was at. But
I was just trying to find out how like in depth the conversation.
He was deep. He opened up, but he was I don't know. I just met him that day, but he definitely opened up. Like he said a lot, but it was anxiety. Like the shorty was going through anxiety, and he don't know the depth of anxiety. Like he think anxiety is small, but from what I heard, she look different now. She act different than what she act, but he don't see it.
I feel like that's part of we were just talking about with the like people changing and stuff like that. Because the idea is like, yeah, anxious might be a thing, right? Like she got anxiety now, or maybe she always had it and just was diagnosed with it. But shit like that be changing people. You know what I mean? And then with those changes, like when you, I'm gonna say love, like when you love somebody, like when you like really fuck with somebody, they gonna go through changes in their life, right? And there's gonna be some changes that you gonna be okay with. You can re-fall in love with that person even though they're different. But it's also gonna be some shit that just happened and maybe y'all grow apart, right? So it's just on some shit like, is like, do you feel like this would be like one of them changes where like they kind of like grow apart in that sense then? Because he seemed like he can't get over it, and obviously the anxiety not about to go nowhere, right? So,
she could get help, but I don't say leave her right now, cause you only going. I mean, she gonna have anxiety regardless, but you adding to it without showing her love through it. So it's like, I think the best bet now is to show her that you support her, and you leaving her right now might send her to a bad place. It might add to what she already going through. Like even though she might still go through anxiety without you, cause that's just what she deal with. You leaving her just adding to the problem. Like now she worrying about this. Like if you was the money maker, now she worrying about how she gonna pay bills. You was the person that got the kids to school. Now she worrying about how she gonna get the kids to school. Her mind is continue to race. You adding more to her plate. So it's like you're not gonna help because you grew apart. No, you just left me when I was going through something. When you told me for better or for worse, they married. So when you told me for better or for worse, you'll be it. But you just when shit got rocky, you dipped out. So it's like you can't leave right now, man. Not in the pit, like not in the peak of it.
when can you leave? Like, how long do you wait for shit to get better before you just like, I don't want to do this no more?
I don't think you should leave because of that though. Like I feel like you should learn how to care. Like that. I don't think like yeah, I understand this. She changed, but everybody gonna change. So every time something get rough, you just gonna dip out.
I mean, not necessarily, no, but like sometimes like, all right, so we using anxiety as an example, right? But what if it's something like you know drug abuse or like alcohol addiction and stuff like that, right? So if I'm with you and you my shorty and you not coming home at night now because you so fucked up on alcohol, like you not leaving the bar, or you go missing for days because you know what I'm saying, like I could be there and I could support you through it and I could try to help you go through like any like AA programs and stuff like that. You can act like you want it, and everybody falls off at some point in time. You know what I mean? So like we could be talking through it, and I can be seeing what's up and trying, but like how long do I gotta try, and how many times do you slip before I just be like,
I don't think you could put a time on it.
so you just just all in?
Yeah, you gotta be. That's you gotta be, bro. Like, all right, I'm gonna flip it. If this your kid, like your kid born with not Alzheimer's, autistic, would you not gonna raise them like you would raise them? No, you just gotta put in more work. Like you gotta love them differently.
I think it depends on the situation.
Mm.
Autism, yeah, like,
but
I get that.
If you got mental issues too, you don't just throw them away.
Mental issues, yeah, I get that too. That's also my kid though. But if I chose to be with you and you become a completely different person, you are now not the person that I decided to be with in the first place. Because now you're a different person. And then two, you're saying like don't leave because of the issues that I could be leaving you with, right? But what if I stay and you leaving me with issues? You know what I'm saying? Because all of them same things happen. Because what if I am the breadwinner? But what if you being gone for 4 or 5 days stops me from going to work? Because now I got to take care of the kids because you're not the one taking them to school, or you're not doing what you need to do, or carrying your own weight because whatever's happening on your end.
So if I had to give an answer, I'd say if y'all have a conversation and come to a mutual agreement that that's what's best. I don't say you just make up with your mind, your own self, and just say, I'm leaving you. Or it's better, I feel like it'd be better if I leave you. I feel like that got to be something y'all talk about and y'all come to a mutual ground. Like, yeah, you need time to yourself. And it's hurting me too much to stay with you. And she can understand and be like, yeah, matter of fact, you probably right. Let's do this. Let's split up. And I wouldn't even say divorce. I'd say separate for a while.
I'm not separating, bro.
You not separating?
I mean, we in there, we not in it. I don't, like, you do breaks in relationships too? Or is it just because they married that you would be like, separation is okay?
I say because I'm married. I wouldn't do. I mean, in a relationship too, if that's what y'all choose to do it. I don't got no problem with a
Bro,
break.
I ain't never been on a break in a relationship.
That's
I
you.
mean, I'm just saying, like, cause like, if you would do a break, like, are you broken up during this break, or like
No.
what does the break mean? Like, what
break
like,
mean
what,
you need.
what would be the rules of the break?
All right, say if I go through a mental a break, like nigga get locked up. What is that? A break.
Yeah, and if you locked up, you think she not out here fucking with other niggas?
That's some people stand their ground, bro.
Bro.
But some people it depend on the bid. It depend on the bid. It really depend on the bid.
Bro, if it's a bid, it's a bid. I'm not talking about like
I'm not saying. I know some girls that probably really stayed down for a year. A truck driver. You know what I mean? You drive trucks. You doing the bid for like a year, cause you over the road.
But that's probably something y'all talked about prior to doing it. That's
Exactly.
different. You don't talk about getting locked up.
If you turning yourself in, like it's a thing. Like it's like, yo, we gotta hold it down for right now. I mean, we gotta separate. We're gonna be apart for a while, but even a business trip, like, yo, I gotta work down south for like I gotta work down south for like a year, and we gonna come back together after I put some work in down south. They gonna move me down south, but I ain't got enough money to move us both down there for a year. Some people do stuff like that, bro, and come back together.
That's not necessarily a break to me though, because throughout that time period, you're seeing, like, the locked up thing. That's bid. That's I give you that. The truck driver thing, cool. Like, because 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna be in the same city I am. But if I'm working far, like a far distance, I'm gonna make my way back to, you know what I'm saying, to you. Like, we gonna work. Like, maybe you come see me, like, you know, once a month, or I fly back once a month, or we find some way to make that work. But you're not just not gonna see me for a full year and be like, okay, cool, like that. Nah, bro. Nah.
And sometimes breaks you do cheat. You know what I mean? But you come back too. It's possible.
Is it cheating?
Huh? Well,
that's what I'm asking. Like, what's the rules? Because, like, if you locked up and she decided to step out because you locked up, is it cool?
Some people still make that work, and they know that what happened when they go into jail.
Because you know that she not. Did you know?
That's what I'm saying. It happens. Even if you separate, you be like, all right, I'm separate. We're not getting a full divorce, but take some time.
Bro, I think when you come to like mental issues and stuff like that, I think like you gotta understand both parties, right? Like, you gotta look at both sides, and you gotta take into account that both people are going through something. Like, yeah, you're going through something, or you might be, I'm gonna say, the cause of the other person going through whatever they're going through, like in this, you know, situation. But you gotta understand your part in it, right? And I think a lot of times, like, when people are like, depending on where they are in, you know, their mental health journey, a lot of times they don't see how much of an issue they're causing to the other person, or how much stress you're causing to the other person. You don't see it. Like, a lot of times, like, most people in life are selfish, and they only care about themselves. They only think for themselves. And I feel like a lot of times, like, I might do something, or I might say something, and I might not think about how it makes you feel until I see the repercussions of how it makes you feel. You know what I mean? And so then at that moment, I'm like reevaluating and being like, oh shit, my fault. That's not what I meant by that. Or trying to, you know, fix the situation, or let you know, like, that's not what I meant. That's not how I was, you know, planning on moving. I didn't mean for it to look like that. I'm telling you this, but it's afterwards. When you have like situations when people are going through what they're going through, because I feel like people are, you know, selfish and, you know, whatever. That person who was in the bar for 4 days straight was not thinking about their family. They wasn't thinking about you. They was in the bar. They was thinking about this liquor. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you have an anxiety attack, you're not depending on what the anxiety attack is about, a lot of times you're probably not like, oh, this person's this and this person's that, or I'm being a burden until like, you have time to actually sit down and think about it. And like I said, sometimes you're putting more strain onto the other person. So if the other person decided to leave because you're putting so much strain on them, I don't know if that had to be like a conversation. Like maybe they really did give their all. Maybe they really did, take the time and like talk you through it, try to be there through like a lot of the shit that you was going through and all that other stuff. And then like literally came down to like a breaking point where as though they had to make a decision that was tough on them too.
Yeah, I'm all with I can't do this no more. It's too much for me. Like I'm all for that. Like it's hurting me. It's hurting me too. Like I'm like I can't let myself go there. I'm all for that too. It's like, yo, you messing up my mental too. I'm for that. But with love, you gotta go, man.
Bro, love. So
You gotta go.
love don't conquer all. I just feel love don't be enough, bro. It don't be enough. It's not. It don't be. Like divorce rates is crazy high because people can't get their finances together. Like maybe
It's not their finances.
you don't think it come down to finances.
I mean, it's a couple reasons. Oh, give me the other reasons you was about to name.
I mean, it's just a lot of stuff. It could be like finance, it could be cheating, it could be just other stuff. But I'm just saying like, regardless of whatever issues these people are going through, a lot of times like staying together don't be the answer.
That's true too for some cases. I'm not saying no matter what, stay together. Like I'm not advocating for that. But the situation that I heard with him, like the way he explained it, it wouldn't be best he leave right
I
now.
just feel like if he attempted, so you're saying like, based off of your example, homie didn't understand, right? You, from what you gathered, it didn't seem like he understood what Shorty was going through. In a situation like that, I don't feel like he's doing everything he needs to do to understand her. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it would be different if he did.
He like a drill sergeant, and he like everything to go structure, and he like me particular. Like if his cologne there, his cologne got to be there. When something is out of order and it's not like it was, he don't know how to adapt to change. And that's something he need to work on too. Like it's not leave because it's a change. It's like, no, learn how to adapt to change sometimes. Like life is not going to be the same throughout your whole life. Like you got to learn how to maneuver and adapt to change. Like it can't just always be your way or the highway. Like you got to have some compassion for somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But like I said, if he was doing all of that, then it'd be a different story.
Yeah,
so that's
he
my
wasn't
thing
doing
with,
it.
with the conversation, right? Like, if he not doing it, and so you're seeing like, bro, you're falling short in these places. If that's the case, where it's like I'm with somebody and I'm falling short, like I'm not doing all I can do, then that's one thing. Like I'm not gonna leave you when I didn't, put my best foot forward first. Like I'ma do what I could do, and then once I can't do it no more, then that's when we gotta like, bust a move, make a decision, see what we gonna do. Cause no,
you tearing me down. Like,
yeah,
I'm not
like,
myself no more.
Yeah, like I don't, and that's another thing that people do, like when it comes to like relationships, right? Is they put their all into somebody else, and you start making plans. Yeah, you no longer who you are, or like if you and that other person end up divorced or single, or not together for whatever reason, like now you gotta like revisit yourself and re-find out who you are as a person, because like everything you did was for this other person. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's not cool. You know what I mean? So because you're going through what you're going through now, I'm changing who I am as a person because I want to be there for you. And it's like, yeah, like I'm gonna do that because I love you, but at the same time, if love went both ways, you should also not want me to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like a catch-22, like, because at the end of the day, like if you did change who you was, for Shorty's sake, then if y'all did end up breaking up, do you resent that person? Like, how can you not? It's hard. Like, it'd be hard, and I don't ever want to resent nobody I'm with. Like, I don't want to do that.
I get it. But then he can't leave, man.
He said, I get it, but homie can't walk away.
Nah.
You gotta stay, my G. You're not there yet. You can't leave this.
He didn't put enough effort to leave.
He might feel like he did though.
He do, but that's what we were trying to tell him. He did. Like the way he was saying was like, nah, you doing it all wrong, bro. Like you yelling at her, and like you. I'm not putting it, but like, he wasn't doing it the right way. He not supporting her at all.
He might feel like he was in that joint getting busy too. Supporting her, I'll be there. She ain't got work no more.
He did, but he realized at the end of the day, like he gotta soften up a little bit. Like he gotta show a different way.
I mean, talking to people definitely be helping, because like you might think that you're doing something, and like other people will give you their perspective on the situation. They be like, nah, bro, you really not. And yeah, like that could help, but it also could backfire.
It can.
Fuck what y'all talking about, man. I know what I be doing.
That's how he was coming. He was getting angry. He was angry, but through the anger, it was like the main reason he was angry is because stuff is out of order right now, and he don't know how to move when it's out of order. He don't know how to adjust. That's the moral of the story. Like something is not right, or it's not flowing how it flowed when he first met her, and that's not life.
So you're saying work out the kinks, don't just leave them there. I got you. I don't know, depending on what the kinks look like. I might have to
had to get that in.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Like, depend. Like, how big is these fucking knots? Like, is they big? Can we get past them? I don't know. We could try.
Get past anything.
You think so?
Yeah. Put in the work, you can get past anything. You gotta want it though.
That sounds so.
You gotta want it, and you gotta put in the work. If you don't want it, then no. And if you don't put in the work, then no. If you actually desire to get past something, it's like you could be successful in anything like that.
Nah,
if you put in the work.
So like,
what they say, 10,000 hours? 10,000 hours?
It depends. So like with this situation, because it's more than one person. Like you can want whatever you want, but it take two in this situation.
That's true too.
So like I hear it, I do, like I'm listening to what you're saying, but like regardless of how bad I want something, I could be doing everything I need to do to make this situation work. But if you're not gonna do the same thing, then I'm just burning myself out.
That's true.
Like at some point I gotta take that step back. I gotta take that step back. A lot of people don't change until they hit rock bottom too. So
I talked about that before. Like, why do it take that for some people to change?
Because at some point you enabling, bro. Like, you still taking care of yourself. You still trying to be supportive and this, that, and the third. And maybe, you know what I mean? Like the anxiety attacks she was having, like he was there in the beginning, or he was trying to be there in the beginning. And then every time something bad happened in her life, it was just like, the world is falling. The sky is falling. I'm about to end some bullshit. And he's just like, bro, it's not that bad. Like, but maybe it happened before. Like,
he wasn't calling anxiety bullshit. He just was saying she's saying
the
some
stuff
bullshit.
she was calling herself anxious for, or like.
It sounded like he was just like some bullshit. Like,
Cause you gotta think, like if you got this little trump card that you use every time you about to get in trouble.
She probably do take advantage of it though. You know how it is. Like she probably do, but anytime something surface, then you should be like, anxiety.
You get mad and start yelling like, why you got dishes in this hand? Oh my god, my anxiety. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it might be.
He was hot, boy. He was snapping. He was snapping, bro.
Cause she was acting up. Like, he knew that she was.
He's like, y'all don't know, bro. You right. She probably be wilding at the house.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know people's situations, but I just, you know what I'm saying?
He was wild, yeah. He was snapping.
Some people take advantage. I don't want you to take that out of the equation like some people really do.
Nah,
like,
I believe that.
So it's a possibility. I don't know. Shorty probably was out here doing her thing and just acting real crazy. And he probably was eating that for a while and was like, yo, I'm not doing this no more. And now he getting mad at every little thing because every little thing been bothering him for like a year already. Like, I'm pissed off now. Like, no, stop doing this. Like, stop. Like, nah, something gotta give. We can't some love cockerel.
It do. It do, man.
I'm glad you feel that way. I don't know, bro. When it comes to like other people and stuff like that, I bet on myself. I don't bet on nobody else.
You gotta love yourself though, right?
You gotta love yourself.
Like, that's love.
I understand.
Love conquer all. You gotta love something. Whatever you want, you gotta love it.
Do you?
Yeah. Nah.
Cause like I don't know. Like sometimes you just do stuff because you gotta do it. And I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna put my all into it because I'm gonna do it. Like I just gotta do it. I don't want to do this shit, but I'm gonna knock him out. He's cool, but if I can get straight A's, then get straight A's. Like I'm gonna do.
How do you get straight A's though? You gotta make yourself like it, right?
No.
No.
Bro, I ain't never like school.
You got straight A's?
I got A's and B's.
I'm talking about the people that get straight A's love that shit.
Nah,
they don't love doing the work. They love straight A's. Or they love the achievements.
Or they know what them straight A's gonna get on. Put your GPA down. Put your GPA down. You're like, this what it was. I got a 4.0 in school. Hire me, my nigga. I don't know. It's just, these accolades won't get me somewhere in my life. But I ain't got love right now.
I don't say you love every step of the way. You could love something that's making you do what you do.
Bro, I'm only doing what I'm doing so I can get ahead.
You love being ahead.
If that's what you want, that's what you want to call it, I guess. Like, I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I do the necessary. I did the necessary.
Above and beyond, man.
I'm not going above and beyond nothing. You are wild, bro. What's up with you today?
No, I say you going above and beyond.
No.
I ain't say I'm done. He got disappointed, man. He said, what's
like,
up
what
with you
doing?
today,
Like,
man?
yeah,
Nah, I don't go above and beyond
wild.
if I ain't got to. Nah, I ain't saying that, bro.
Bro, I am not an overachiever in any sense of the word. I don't want nobody to feel that way. I'm not about to overachieve. Like, wow, I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna do what I need to do. We gonna get there. Like I said, if I can write this paper and get an A from it, I'm gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna do what I need to do to get where I gotta be. But I'm not about to overachieve. I'm not. Because why? Why would I? Why am I overachieve? All that do is make your life look more difficult.
I mean, I want to say that's overachieve is, it ties in with perfectionist though. You say you're a perfectionist though.
I don't be trying to overachieve though. I just want my shit to be what my standard. Like, I don't need it to be better than my standard. I just need it to be my standard. That's it. Now, I could look like I'm overachieving if my standard is higher than your standard. Like, that might be a thing. But like, I wasn't worried about your standard when I made this. Or when I did this. I was worried about myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to overachieve. When I work for like people, how much do you expect me to get done today? You tell me a number, so I'm going to do that number.
So if you run 2 miles and you get to 2 miles and you ain't tired, you ain't going to go to 3? Well, if you got in your mind, I'm going to run 2 miles today. You get to 2 and you ain't tired, you ain't going to keep going.
I don't lie to myself now. If I say I'm going to run 2 miles today, I'm running 2 miles. Now, if I get to 2 miles and this might be like a Friday or something, I'm like, I'm going to see, like, we going to run the 2 miles. And if I can push through this, I'm going to push through. And I'll be like, all right, cool. I'm not about to lie to myself. Or any random day and just be like, I'm not tired yet, I'm going to keep going. Nah, bro.
Oh, man, you overachieve, man. You out here lifting 500, man, squatting 500.
I ain't overachieving,
Seeing you,
bro.
man.
That's not me overachieving. I'm not overachieving. I'm not overachieving. I don't love lifting either.
You do that shit just so my body would be right, man.
I told you, this shit dumb. Like, I'm able to lift like 300, you know what I'm saying? And then what? What I'm doing with this? What I'm picking up that 300 pounds on the regular, bro? Nothing.
Come on, man. You gonna utilize that. You don't even know.
I mean, if I do, cool, but like, I don't know. Like, it's just, nah, I'm not about to overachieve. You wild.
I think these girls like you for no reason, man.
Personality, bro. They got nothing to do with the weights.
Got the back in order.
I'm a cool dude. That's all. I'm just a cool dude out here. Just people, they like, that's it. They ain't got nothing to do with the waist. They ain't got nothing.
Come on, man.
Nothing.
Come on, man. You peeled that thing in the water, man. I know it. This guy, you peeled that thing in the water, man.
Like,
come on.
Niggas can't go swimming now. Should be like anybody who goes swimming gotta peel they shit off. You swimming. Like, you at the beach. Why you got that tank top on? Take that shit off.
Oh, man. You peeled that thing, man.
Nah. It be personality, bro.
Give you that look.
You make them laugh a little, that's all. I ain't got no looks.
Oh,
I
man.
ain't got no looks.
We good, man.
I said a little bit here and there, you know what I'm saying?
We good, man.
I told you earlier, didn't I just tell you earlier? Like, I'm just a regular ass boy, like I'm not.
Far from regular, man. Far from regular. You extravagant, man. You extravagant, man. Oh,
relax, what you doing?
we had
like,
an hour and 30, man. We had 12:08.
Why you keep talking to me?
Look, we out, man.
You do that shit like worse.
Telling people to subscribe and like.
Nah, wait, I got one more question for you.
What,
There's
man?
one more question. This ain't gotta be nothing long. At what point did you feel like you was an adult? Before you step out, before you leave. Like, when did you know? What happened in your life that made you was like, yeah, you know what? I'm grown as fuck now.
If I had to pinpoint one moment, I'll say my second child.
Why your second? Why your second?
Cause the first one, I ain't feel grown. I knew I had a child, but I felt like I still felt like a child when I had it. But man, I still was. I don't know. I ain't really have. She was a baby. You feel like a parent, but you don't really feel the responsibilities and none of that until they get a little bit older. So by the time she turned like, I'll say 3, and then the second one was on the way, it was like,
You had a conversation with yourself, like, nigga, you grown now, you got a couple kids.
You adult. So I say the second kid, but I still do childish things though. But I know I'm a fucking
I
adult.
tell niggas all the time, I am a toddler. Like, that's what she said you to death. Because everything sounds crazy. Like, I don't know. I think for me, it was either like 2 moments. Like, it was a moment where like I didn't have nobody behind me. I had to like just handle, whatever responsibility there was at like that time. I don't remember like exactly like what it was, but I just remember feeling like, dang, like I'm not about to go to my mom and pop about this. Like, I ain't had nobody to talk to. It was just on some shit like, this shit happening. Like, I gotta deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, and at that point, it just was like, dang, I guess like, my nigga, you grown. Like, you grown. Because if you don't handle that shit, who gonna handle that shit?
Right.
Who gonna take care of you? Who gonna do that for you? And then there was like other moments where like things would like pop up, and I would get like a little bit more freedom from like my parents and shit. Whereas like I might be like, yo, I'm about to catch this flight here, and my mom, who worries all the time, is just like, oh, okay, go ahead, fine. I'm like, what? Like, you ain't asking me like my hotel room, you ain't asking me like what my flight information was. Like, you're not asking me like, oh well, did you plan properly? Like, how much money do you, like, you're not asking me questions about this shit. Because when you're young, you go on like field trips and shit like that. Like, they need to know all the information to make sure you're safe. You know what I mean? Like, so it'd be like shit like that where it's like I'm about to do something, nobody's asking me no questions. Like, y'all niggas not interested? They don't care about my life no more.
No, don't take it like that, man. They know you got it, man.
Right, but that's the thing, right? So when you think back to that, you just like, dang, like they didn't ask me nothing. You reflecting, you like, they know. Like, I ain't have to fight. Like, I ain't have to say like, man, get out my face, I'm an adult. Like, niggas, they took you and just was like, all right, go ahead, enjoy yourself. yourself. Like they don't question nothing. Like I know you an adult. I know you understand. You know the situation. I know. You know we asked you these questions enough so that I know that when you said you was gonna do this, that you probably thought about all of this stuff. And the fact that I got that freedom, like y'all chill, it just gave me like, oh, alright, this my time. I'm out here.
All the way in Bermuda.
Fucking grown now, right? Like this on some shit. Like, alright, cool, like just send me some pictures. I'm like, alright, cool. But was that all? You sat down and you thought to yourself, like, the second child, like, that you were an adult, was that scary? Like,
hell yeah. It's still scary when you think about it. Like, it's scary. Yeah. It's like, yo, I gotta get it done. Like if it don't get done, that's really on me. I can't blame nobody else. It's really me. But it been like that since for a while though. I try not to bring up bills and like money situation because like, I feel like that for a while. And I ain't really grow up with that mom that asks where you, like she asked where you going or where you at, but once I told her where I was going, it wasn't really no questioning it. It just was like, all right, going there, all right, cool.
So your freedom was always your freedom.
Yeah, but that wasn't a good thing. But I got used to that, and it just was like, fuck it, I'm going here. Cool. Call Mom Dukes, I made it. All right, I'm here. All right. It wasn't never. I mean, you got that. I don't know. I really don't know if she did it on the back end or what. Like she made sure the money was through somebody else or what. I really don't know the deal. But it was just like, all right, like you there. So I don't know if she handled all that information on the back end. Like, yeah, Dre coming. I mean, I send you this or what? Like, but it was always like that. So.
My mom was fucking bad, bro. Like my mom was bad. She handled shit on the back end and on the front end. And she was asking me questions, but she'd probably know the moms of my homies and be asking them questions just to make sure my question, the shit she asked me aligned with the other shit. Like it was like my mom was bad, bro. She was terrible. Now if I was lying, sometimes she'd let me slide, but she knew. Like she always knew. You know how niggas be like, if I come to you and I ask you a question, just tell me the truth because I know the answer already. She was definitely that person. And I hated it.
Yeah, I ain't let my mother in though. That's probably what it was. Because every time she tried to ask, I'd be like, I'm good, I got it, I'm good. Like I was planning on working it out, and I ain't had no idea how. I just used to, you like, yeah, you going there? You like, yeah, I'm good. I just didn't want to get questioned. Because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I ain't want to sound stupid or any. Like, you go, I'm good. I got it, man. I got it. Don't know where I'm going, what I'm doing, how I'm gonna eat. I ain't had nothing in order. But I ain't wanted her to ask me, cause I ain't want her to worry. So like, I knew how my mother was, and she worried too. So I didn't never let her worry. I tried to prevent her from worrying, and that probably fucked it up.
I feel that. I wish I could have been like that, bro. But like I said, my mom, I could be like, I got it. She's gonna be like, how you got it? I know you ain't got nothing to eat. Cause they already told me that you needed $10 to come on the school trip, and you ain't asked me for $10. So where you get $10 from? I just be like, bro, you gotta relax. Like, I got it. Like, why you ask me so many questions? She was like, cause I know you ain't got it. Like, and then my mom don't trust kids. I don't trust kids either. But my mom don't trust us. When I was young, probably rummaging through my room. She know I ain't had no fucking money. Like, I went through your room yesterday. I know you ain't got shit. I'm like, yo, you got it. Chill, stay out. Like, mind your business. I'm good. Like,
got my 10, man. I got my 10.
I'm handling my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all we needed. I got it. You know, I ain't gotta do nothing to that. It's cool. But nah, my mom was definitely like, she did a lot. She did a lot. And sometimes I be wishing I had like the freedom when I was younger. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I think it's cool.
I wish I had a little bit of what you had. You wish you had a little bit. I just balanced.
Yeah.
Like a little more for me, a little less for you.
Yeah. I didn't feel like I needed, you know, the most. But at the same time, like maybe I did and I just don't know. Because if I didn't have it, then maybe I'd be a completely different person. We just don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely when she like stopped, you know, praying into my life so much, I was like, all right, cool. Like, this nigga growing now, like, can do what I want. I ain't gotta see nothing. Niggas ain't gotta know my next move. Like,
I had that feeling there.
different.
I don't even remember the first time I stayed out on my mother. Like, stayed out, like, at even a shorty crib or one of my homies' house. I don't even remember the first time. I just remember it happening. Like, just doing it. Like, yo, staying over here. I don't even remember, and that's bad. I need to do some backtracking. I don't remember the first time for a lot of stuff.
I don't remember the first time, but then again, I wasn't. I mean, when we was younger, like those girls couldn't have company, so they would be coming over to the crib anyway. You know what I mean? So if I was talking with somebody 9 times out of 10, they would be staying at my crib as opposed to like me going to theirs. So I don't remember who the first person was for me either. That was just like, yeah, come over, we here, but like, yeah, I don't know. But I do know that I was ready to do that. Like I told her like I'm staying at my friend house tonight. She like, all right. She might try to ask a couple questions. Like, who your friend? Where they at? I ain't giving too much information. You gotta mind your business now. Like, all right, now I can handle myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do some things. Like, I'll see you tomorrow. Like, gotta relax.
You well, dude, they get special then.
Yeah, nah, you don't need no information about this one because she ain't coming home.
Oh, man. Sneak her back there. Hurry up, go to the back.
I'm not sneaking nobody. You gonna walk to the crib, like, you say hi, keep it pushing. You ain't gotta stop to talk to nobody. Like, nobody. That's a good job. Yeah, good question. It's alright. But yeah, I don't know. We grown.
Grown as hell. I'm scared of 30 though. You there already, bro. I'm scared of. I don't know. 30 feel too close to 40, man. You're like, we getting there,
bro.
We
That's
getting
like saying
there.
You was 30 or 20.
I mean,
bro, you got a whole like 10 years, man. That's a big number. It's a big jump.
30, man. I think 30 gonna be my breakout year though. I'm gonna put it out there. Huh?
What you breaking out?
Emotional intelligence.
Becoming a different person.
Not a different person, just knowing why I feel certain ways about certain things and not scared to voice it. Just knowing exactly why I feel certain ways. I think 30 gonna be that year. Like, I feel like this because of this. And this is that.
You gonna be out here saying how you feel now?
I feel like 30 gonna be that, yeah. Like, yeah. Like, well, yeah. 30 or 31. That's June 29th.
Don't do the horror, just
June 29th, we gonna
for y'all who don't know, that's his birthday. That's when it happens.
That's when it starts.
That's
Well, it's starting now, but that's when it come to light. Throughout that lifespan into the next June 29th. Then
it's like 2 months away. It's about to be May.
Yeah, man. Raleigh was talking about going to Maryland to the beach. So Rockmont and all that.
So that's gonna be your first time. You gonna go to the beach and express yourself to the
nah,
to the fish.
I ain't got nothing. I'm talking. You thought I was about to snap one nigga? Nah, nobody. It's family, man. Nah, you just saying you want to have a good time. You want all the boys to link up, man. I ain't lying. We out, man. We out, man. This nigga crazy.
Hey, express yourself.
Nah, I'm good, man. We
Like,
good.
you know what, cousin? I love you because of this.
Start snapping on the beach, man. Nah, you can't snap with your feet out, man.
No?
No.
Why?
You got some socks on or some sneakers when you snap, man. We ain't African out here.
Why you?
Come on, yo, man. We stop. Can't do that on the beach, man. Can't take your feet out. Gotta be alright. You got it.
Yo, you are wild, but that's cool. Thank y'all for tuning in. As always, like, share, subscribe. We're gonna holler at y'all. We about to be out.
Keep your socks on, man. way.